All right, I'm videotaping this in one hand and operating the scope in the other, so hopefully this will work out. This is the scope going to Guam. So this is called a Dobsonian, which means it can move right and left this way, right and left this way, up and down this way. So you literally just find your object and look at it. So there is a dust cap that must come off, and inside you'll see that it's got a telescope mirror down on the bottom, a secondary mirror that shoots the light out to the focuser. And then you look in here to see your object. It also has a finder scope on it. So what you would do is, looking through the finder scope, say you're going to look at the moon, you would move the scope around and get the moon on the crosshairs. If you look inside there, if I could do this with the camera, come on. There we go. Okay, this is harder to do than you think here with a cell phone. Anyway, come on. There's crosshairs in there. Anyway, you get the moon on the crosshairs or whatever you're looking at. Once in the crosshairs, then you can look into here and bring it to perfect focus right there. Then when you'll want to look at the next thing, you point it at it, get them in the crosshairs there, and then put it in there and you can look. Now, from person to person, you may have to adjust it a little bit because each person has a little bit different diopter. And so each person will have to focus it. That is how to use this thing. And then, of course, when you're all done using it, put the dust cap back on, because once that mirror gets dirty, it's kind of ugly. Okay, so that's part one. That's using a telescope. Probably works best if you put it on like a table or something, because if you do this on the ground, it's way down there. But maybe you'll like it that way. I don't know. The second thing I want to talk about is adjusting it. So I have pre-adjusted the knobs on there. And if nothing gets jostled around, you shouldn't have to adjust it. If you do need to adjust it, I'm going to bring it here on the floor so I could videotape it easier. Could take the eyepiece off, set it aside, take the cap off, set it aside, and then when you look down inside there, you got yourself, it won't focus. Anyway, you got that secondary mirror dead center in the optical alignment. Now, for some reason, it's off to the side. You want to adjust those guys until it is dead center. So, if you really feel like you need to do it, the way to do that is to first loosen the skinny knobs. That allows the adjustment knobs to move the mirror. You look inside the focuser, and if it's not perfectly centered up, you adjust the big fat knobs until it is perfect. And then once it is perfect, then you tighten these guys. Now they got a screwdriver blade on there, but don't do that. Just thumb and forefinger is all you need to do. If you go any tighter than that, bad things happen. Alrighty, that is the Guam telescope. Hope you have a lot of fun with it. If you have any problems with it, give me a shout.